Good morning, fisher people. I'm Alan Noyes from Fish on TV. It is Sunday, the 5th of March, and I'm here at the absolutely wonderful Hayfield Lakes for the Carpa Qualifier. I think there's about 35 of us today. I just need to try and get qualified for the final, and I'll be honest with you, I've been that busy with work. Things have changed a little bit, so you won't be seeing as many Old Boys videos. I will try and make as many as I can, but circumstances have changed work wise and it's difficult for me to get there, so I do apologise, but I'm still organising everything. Hopefully things might change and we'll get back to normal, but at the minute not as many Old Boy fishing competition videos for me. I just can't make it on a Tuesday at the minute, but we'll see what happens. But I'm here today at Hayfield Lakes. It was about 2 degrees when I last looked. What is it now? Feels like it's warmed up a little bit. Let's have a look. There's not much breeze. It's 4 degrees. Oh, it's cushy belter, double cush, 4 degrees. Just hope that wind stays away, because if that starts up, it feels damn sight colder than that. So Carpa Qualifier. It's the winner of one lake and the winner of the other lake, unless the winner of one of the other lakes, or whichever lake you're on, has already qualified. So then it goes to whoever hasn't qualified, the highest weight of the ones that haven't qualified. You've got to fish at least 8 matches, so that's why there are still people that's qualified turning up and fishing. So there's a damn good chance. Just need to draw somewhere decent. I don't know how it's fishing at the minute, and I'll be honest with you, I've not had a second to prep at all. Having said that, I did quite a bit of prep a few weeks ago, so hopefully there'll be enough in my gear that'll do for what I need today. It's not complicated fishing, it's mainly waggler, bomb and method, so pretty simple. Depending where I get drawn, I will probably get I'd like to use the pole. There's some damn good skimmers in here and you can drop on carp, so I've brought some bait for that as well. So let's get to the draw. Let's see where I get drawn and see if we can have a decent day's fishing. Yeah, first day off this week. I'm absolutely shattered. Goddamn work. Right, we'll see you at the draw.
Go back. Still can't on the front. Why? What you're doing is very worse thing. All the worst
As you've seen, drawn Island Peg 11. I'm happy with that. Chance there. So hopefully the fishies are still there and we'll get a few pound caught. So it's dead simple. It's bomb, waggler, there, my two main attacks, and I've set a method up. Don't think there's any need to set anything else up from that peg. That's how they've been fishing to win matches. It will be pellet, it will be corn. Let's get peg 11. So let's see if we can get a few fishes caught. See you on peg 11. Who's peg 11? Right, I'll leave it. 35 minutes to go, I'm ready. Dead simple setup though. It was stuff that I got already a few weeks ago. Peg 11. Got to be happy with this area. This has been a consistent peg, and there are fish topping, not just in front of me, in front of, I've got Andy Bailey next to me here. He's already qualified. I've got Robin, the owner, Robin Gofferty. He's been here God knows how many years, and he didn't know where peg 14 was. They were asking, he owns the place, what's wrong with him? Sorry, Robin. But yeah, let's have a look. I'll show you baits. It's corn, it's pellets. I've got 8mm and 6mm and some micros, and different wafters. They're the baits I'm going to be using, but the fish have been topping anything from sort of around about 16 metres ish all the way out and across. They've been across here and all across here. There's one just top there, you can see it ripples. I have seen some fish topping up there as well. So as you can see, look, there's circles everywhere. Plan, I'm going to have a waggler line, which will be sort of, so it's easy casting, easy with the pellets and everything. It'll be round about the sort of 20, and they're over the other side as well, topping over there. 20 to 25 metres, and then I will be putting pellets on a shorter line, because I have seen them short and it's always worth a look. Not a lot though, folks, because even though it looks calm and beautiful, it's still not a lot of feed for sure. We'll just see how the day goes. Keep watching what other people are feeding. If they are responding to a lot of feed, I'd rather them do it rather than me first, because that can completely mess it up. And it's a dead simple day. It's what most people are catching on at the minute here. There is a little bit of colour turning up in the water, so maybe pole might work, and another fish just topped in on this peg. But waggler, Andy Kinder's opposite me as well, by the way. Waggler, bomb, method. I don't think we really need to do much else. That's what they've been catching on. That's the way I'm going to fish it. So as you can see, 3 rods. I've got the Preston Soup here, a 10-foot rod there with a Centris 420 Centris 420. I've got the 10-foot carbon active with a method on. That's for the bomb, that's for the method. Exactly the same setup but with a method on. And then I've just got the MIDI 4GS 11-foot bagging waggler with it's a Shimano 4000 reel. 016 main line, so it's easy for casting, sinks quickly. That's pretty much it. And I've got 8mm and 6mm for the waggler and the bomb, and corn for the bomb as well. So I'm just going to keep it as simple as that. I have been thinking, shall I set the pole up? I'm not sure. Looks like Andy's having a go. Not sure if we're just in front of me or not. There's not many people. There's no poles being set up apart from Andy here. Could be the way, folks, could be the way. So already peg 11. Let's keep it simple. Andy's already qualified. There's a few over there not qualified. There's a few down here not qualified. So, and there's fish topping everywhere all around here. I fished further down there and there were no fish topped whatsoever when I was on peg 16. They're topping down there as well. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. So fingers crossed we get his tactics right, see if we can put a few fish in there. See you during the match, folks. See you during the match. Yeah. Testing. Right, this is my 4th little carp. In as many casts as well. They are only small. This is on the method. I'm priming a waggler line. And the guys to my right, who are on the waggler, have a better. Oh, that's caught in my bloody net. Got it. Guys, to be right, I've had a couple of fish, a lot better stamp on waggler, so that could be the way forward. And the opposite's just gone on waggler, and he's had a better fish as well. Andy to my left's not had a bite yet, he's on waggler. Right, as I say, I've just chucked back in. Getting plenty of liners, but there's a lot of small carp, and they're literally just giving it this. They're not exactly pulling the rod around, but there's definitely fish out there. Like I was saying earlier, Robin's just had one now. It must be £10 on waggler, so I think it's time for me to have a look on there. Even though I am getting indications on this, there's a lot of small ones. Don't know if you can see the tip, but it's just giving this all the time. And you get a little jab liner goss like that, you buy it. Not proper pull rounds at all. I'm priming a shorter line up at about 16 metres as well, slightly to my right. I'll have a look on bomb there with corn. That's going to be my waggler line. Keep firing 3 pellets out there every sort of 4 to 5 minutes. I mean, you can actually just literally chuck your waggler out there with no feed and still get fish. One thing I have learnt is too much bait here and just disappear, so you've just got to be careful. Nobody's absolutely piling bait in anywhere. Again, the guy to my right, 2 or 3 pellets. I think he's had 2 or 3 much better stamp fish than I've had, so from what I've seen so far, and I've just, where my feeder is now, I've just seen a fish top out there, better stamp, so they're definitely off the bottom, these bigger fish. So we need to have a look there, I think. Get the waggler out shortly and see if we can get some better stamp fish. There we go. Right, they're still catching to me right. I've had about 5 casts on this, just gone a bit deeper. Andy's just said he's had an hour and 10 on waggler and not had a bite yet. We were just moaning, I moaned this bite and it went straight under. Better fish as well. But Robin's one of the guys that's not qualified and he must have. He's got another lump on, he's got 2 round about £10 a piece. That's a bit smaller. Andy Kinder keeps catching rope, entertaining us. Are you not entertained? He's just said there's a 8 snag, it's rope he keeps chucking over. It's a nice ghosty. They're the ones we're after, folks. Better stamp fish. Yeah, nice ghost. He's got to be six or £7. There we go. Much better stamp. That'll do. It'll do nicely. Right, so I'm guessing we're about 6 or 7 foot deep. So I'll keep going at that, folks. We'll see if we can get a few more. Well, folks, I could have left the camera running. That went under as soon as it settled and then just went under lovely. Now there is a snag knocking about around here. This feels like a better fish as well. Could be wrong. I hope it is. I've been told the snag's slightly to my right. I did feel it earlier with one of those smaller fish, so. It's about 14 or 15 metres out, that snag, so I should be all right now. Another goldfishy. You'd have these in your tank, wouldn't you? Beauties. Bit bigger. There's a beautiful fish, him. Oranges and browns and all sorts going off there. Beautiful. Gorgeous looking fish, that was. Very nice, very nice. Well, that pellet's as fresh as when I put it on, so let's get it out there. Oh, muppet, forgot to tighten my line up, my clutch up. Sink the line. Right, let's see if it does go under. Just settled. And then it went under, but it's not doing it this time, folks, is it? Give it time, be patient, Al, be patient. Ooh, best put another, put £8 on for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got about £16, I think, with those 4 or 5 little ones as well. 7 carp. Still behind Robin, he's got 2 right lumps bigger than those 2. It's pretty still, but it is slightly moving to the left, ever so slightly. And I know in summer you probably think, oh, he's leaving that a long time, but in winter here, we leave it suspended. Goes against everything that we think we know about it falling through in summer and stuff, but in winter you can leave it in 5 minutes and then it'll just go under. It's just how it is here at Hayfield in this deeper water. And I'm pretty sure it's not just here but at other places as well. So we'll leave it about 3 or 4 minutes really. 5 at the very most, depends how much it's moved. It's moved a little bit now, I don't like that. I'm not going to fire these pellets out just yet while the seagulls about. I don't want them crashing around my float. In fact, I'm not going to bother while they're here, because they do spook the fish as well. Give it another cast, that's just moved a little bit too much. Andy's into another. Good old Andy Kinder. the shot come off. That's not settled right. Oh, it has. It's settled now. It's just settled. Snuck 'em in, snuck 'em in. Right, it's not prolific, but two casts, 2 fish. You missed it. Right, we'll see how we get on, folks, because it's not a fishontvuk. It's a bit of patience. And let's hope we can keep bagging 1 or 2. Right, folks, there's only about an hour and a half. Oh, snag again. Only about an hour and a half left or so. But nothing on the waggler since those 2. Robin's been catching quite well on my right. Must have about 60 pound. And he's had 1 or 2, but between me and him, we've not got a great deal. All I can catch on method are these tiny little carp. That's not going to win me anything. Look at those. Plunk. So, I've not tried my short pellet line yet. Andy's just starting getting 1 or 2 on his pole line. Skimmers and odd small carp. He's foul hooked to decent carp. But there don't seem to be a great deal happening around here. Apparently they're catching further down in the 20s, I think. I'm sure that's the peg they were on about. But it's been a struggle. Stuck it out on the waggler. There's been 1 or 2 been caught. Andy's had 1 or 2. And Lyndon opposite. He's just missed a bite as Lyndon. Let's get back out there. I'm just chucking towards where I can see some bubbles, and that's where I've been getting my bites from. Probably wondering what that noise was, just feathering it down, and then just before it hits, put my finger on it and let it plop in nicely. At least I am getting bites. That came after 2 minutes. But I need those 6, 7, 8 pounders. I can do with about 10 of them. In fact, no, there's not even an hour and a half. There's an hour and 10 minutes left. I'm getting liners already there. While I'm sinking line. But them little ones are just round your feeder. They're not proper bites. You can just tell you get a couple of little pulls and you know it's on. It's just sort of, and then you know it's on. Liners are just steady back, and then it'll go dink dink, and that's it. And usually with method they drag it straight round, but I've not had any of those on method at all today. They've all been strange little bites. Tiddlers. We don't like tiddlers. Want some big carps. So, I mean, Robin stopped catching, but he's had some real nice fish. He had a good few hours on them. That's it. Not a very good update. I really fancied it from here today, especially like on the waggler when I started getting 1 or 2. I thought, ooh, here we go. And I've not had a bite for an hour and a half. Right, over and out. Right, we're not all weighed in, they're just coming around weighing now. Peg 11. I have fished that peg before. There's a bit of a snag. I think it shallows up somewhere around about there at about 13 or 14 metres without having me pole to say exactly where it is. I'm not quite sure. and it's a bit snaggy. I did catch a fish on it, but I still got it out. I really fancied it today. Really did fancy it from there. It's been a fairly consistent peg throughout the winter, so I was thinking, right, here we go. And they've mainly caught on bomb and waggler in this area. So that was my setup: method, bomb, waggler. Set off on the method to the right of where I'm firing pellets, and I've been getting bites and liners, but they were just a small carp. I think I'd had about 5 or 6 altogether before I went on to the waggler. Set off at about 5 or 6 foot, ended up at about 7.5 foot, something like that. And I got my first bite, and I had a good 6-7 pound, yeah, say 7 pound ghosty. Chucked out again, then I've had one even bigger on next cast. So I thought, right, here we go. Never had a sniff on that for next hour and a half. Andy to my left, he's been at waggler, and he spent an hour and 15 minutes and never had a bite on it. The guys to the right, I was on 11, so 12. On 13 and 14, they were catching a nice stamp, especially Robin on 14. He's just fish waggler all day. I think he's got about 80 pound or so. So I think he'll have qualified today with that. He's had a cracking day, so well done, Robin. The guy next to him, not sure where he's weighed. He'll probably have 40 pound or so, I would have thought. And then Andy to my left, they were miles behind. I mean, yeah, I were a few fish in front of him, and then he's gone on his pole and he's caught late on at about 10 metres. Not one a bung, but sort of every 15 minutes he's had a nice carp. He's had the odd skimmer, the odd small carp, and then he's had some nice ones, like sort of 7 pound or so. We think he's got between 35 and 40 pound, we think, or low 40s. He's not sure exactly. So well done, Andy. He's done well there on pole. Not many people have been fishing pole, and them that have not had a lot of success. There's 1 or 2 people have caught. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's an outright no, but the water's very clear. It puts a lot of people off from fishing the pole, but he's done all right there as Andy. So just something for me to remember next time round. I've ended up with 13 carp, 2 good carp, and the rest were the small ones. Anything on the bottom were all small fish. The 2 decent fish have come off the waggler. A bit frustrating. I've drawn the area. I don't think I've done anything wrong, because Andy, he's been in all sorts of finals, Fishermania, Maven Match this, and he couldn't get a bite on the wagon. We were next door to each other. So I don't think I've done anything wrong. And it was same, I think he tried bomb. I think he's had 1 small, oh no, he had a bite on the bomb, that's right. So it never really felt like there were millions of fish there, apart from the small ones. And as soon as I went back on the method, dink, 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 little, it's just the small fish that are around the feeder. The bigger fish, because Robin's been catching some absolute belters. And he's fishing, I checked what depth he were fishing at, similar sort of depth, same sort of distance. They've just been catching on waggler quite regularly down there. So well done. And they're all shaking his hand, so there we go. I've got the sniffles because it's dropped in temperature. It really hasn't half dropped. So runny nose. So well done, Robin. Looks like he's qualified for the final. I've probably ended up with about 20 pounds, maybe just a tad less. It could be a tad less or a tad more, I don't know. So yeah, I've had some bites. It's been a lovely day. It's always nice to fish here at Hayfield Lakes, just not the result that I wanted. I certainly wasn't going to be catching 80 pound. When you're a few hours in, you just know, unless something turns up. Pretty rare that something just turns up in winter, but it can happen. Or they just switch on. There could have been fish there that weren't feeding. You just don't know. So there we go. Another Carpa qualifier. Not so good. I know Robin was telling me the amount of fish that he's caught today is probably more than the combined series that he's put together, all the matches he's put together. I can't believe what a day I've had today. So it just shows you, you've got to have your day. Let's hope. And the next time I turn up for a Carpa qualifier, it's my turn. Right, that's it from me, folks. Not a fantastic day's fishing. A few bites to be had, but not brilliant. A little bit disappointing when you've drawn a decent area, or what I thought was a decent area. Bomb. I had one fish on bomb, and they've been catching prolifically on bomb. Bomb and corn, or bomb and pellet, and I didn't. I had one fish on bomb and pellet, and that was only a small one. Never mind, folks, never mind. Right, don't forget, it is absolutely free to subscribe to my channel. If you click the notification bell, you get all our videos as we upload them, and a thumbs up would be very, very nice. So, right, that's it from me. We'll see you on Saturday at Lindome Lakes. Take care, folks, and don't forget, fish on.